wins, everybody. 60 wins out of 82 games. That's pretty good. 81 so far. You know, I think sometimes we take for granted great teams. I think last year's Celtics team was taken for granted, and when it was all said and done, with the ease that they had it. You know, there's two ways to look at it. There are people who think that it was just such an easy run. They played nobody. But at the same time, at the end of the year, it doesn't matter who you played, you won. So I think last year's team was one of the greatest of all time. Here they are now, back-to-back seasons. Injuries galore. Some changes, little struggles mid-season. Here they are, back-to-back 60 wins. I didn't think it was... I thought it was possible, but I just didn't think it was likely. How about that? Did not think it was likely, but here they are. The Boston Celtics now 60 wins on the year. It's the first time since 07-08, 08-09 the Celtics have reached 60 wins in back-to-back seasons. So, you know, the one thing I'll say about the 07 through 09 bunch, they only won one championship. They were a great team. They probably will go down as an all-time team. But they won one championship. And I think that's the thing that you look back on, and it's disappointing. It would be extremely disappointing if the Celtics don't win it again this year. Now, I think in the Eastern Conference, Cleveland has put together a formidable team, and we'll see if the Pacers or somebody else could make a big run here, but the Celtics should be the heavy favorites. And I think the Eastern Conference will be interesting, but it does look like things have settled down in the Eastern Conference here, and we know our play-in teams, and we know the teams that the Celtics could play against in the first round of the playoffs. But I want to give a quick shout-out. Pete Rogers, you guys might know him. He's, I want to call him an illustrator. Let me see if he's got a title here. He designs jerseys. He's the jersey design maker for most of the time it's the Celtics, right? He has a website, Shop Banner 18. And tonight he made his number 60 jersey. Did you see it yet, Skez? It was of the town. The town. He gets creative. I have to tell you, he might be at some points he might be influenced by some other markets. You know, the other night he did the was it like a modern pastry look for Boston. They used one of the old Celtics logos for 58, an old Celtics logo, 59. But wanted to shout him out tonight because he made like an old Raptors one I thought was pretty cool. There was one of this skyline of Boston for their 57th win. You can follow him on Twitter, but every time the Celtics win, I go to him and I look to see what he posts. And shout out for number 60 tonight. He's got some of the old Celtics logos, like the leprechaun with the crown. What was that, like the 50s team, 60s team? Sorry. He had the Celtics baseball jersey with the C with the clover. I thought that was really cool for 54. He had the hockey jersey with the C on it. Love it. Anyways, shout out to you, sir. Every time they win, I see you. I post it. Bing, bang, boom. What's with the colors? Somebody wrote to me. Well, that would be The Town, the movie, right? If you look at the front of the movie, that's the colors. 60-21 is the Celtics record this year. We will tell you who they could potentially be playing in the first round of the playoffs. We'll do all that. The phone number here is 617-779-0985. We're on YouTube. I just logged in. We are up and ready to go. And, well, we already have our friends in there. Wow, TCC's in there. Rand, Matthew, Tenacious Tomato, what's up? Colby. Where is this Joe? Well, I'll tell you one more time. It's on Twitter, everybody. And it's at Pete M. Rogers. Rogers. So if you don't know, now you know. Why don't we do this? Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. We'll get everybody caught up. We'll get back going. We have 2 straight hours of sports talk. We'll get in on the Celtics. The Red Sox are playing currently in Chicago. Cold Chicago, guys. There's some Patriot stuff. We get some NFL stuff as well. It's the weekend. I don't know, Joey I don't know. Who knows? So it's a Friday night here on the Sports Hub. Scaz is here. I'm Joe Mario. We'll pause 10 seconds for station ID here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports.
He scored! What a blast by Boston! Waiting, Holiday springs. Good night!
WBCFM and HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station.
Big winners tonight. They got that home and home. Not the home and home. The home and home. Home and home. The home finale. Tonight would have been a good one, Scaz, to take the night off. Go to the Garden. Just walk around all night. Just, go see Granny and Max. Go hang out with them for a little. Maybe they'd let us do a quarter. Who knows? We go up to the Sports Hub suite. Say hello to everybody there. Go see our buddy Steve in Peabody, who's working up top tonight at the Rafters. We'll go say hi to him. Maybe B-Rob's there. Maybe we can check in on some of our other media members. Bobby Kravitsky's there, I see. Maybe Noah Dalzell's there. Maybe, should I just start shouting out everybody? I like Taylor Snow. He covers the Celtics as well. What's our other buddy there that we like there? Is it Cameron? I like him. How about Bobby Manning? Where's he at tonight? Shout out to everybody that covers the team. So, curiosity definitely killed the cat. I've heard that before in my life. Anybody curious about Kristaps Porzingis' whereabouts? Didn't see him. Didn't see him out there. Am I making something out of nothing here? I got no takeaways tonight, Scaz. Tell me, where was the big 7'4" man?
Yeah, Joe Mazzulla said nothing to worry about. Just rested him after halftime. He's perfectly fine.
Nothing to see here. Okay. This is me reaching, right? Reaching. What could I possibly talk about tonight? What do you want to talk about?
I thought Sam Hauser looked good tonight.
You know what? Good call. He battled with a back injury all year long. Remember he had that really bad defensive game too. He got picked on. Was that Houston? No. What game? Oh, no, it was Cavs, right?
I think it was Cleveland.
Cleveland, yeah. No, he had a stretch where it was tough. And, although his second half was way better than his first half, and I think the numbers dictate that. I think he's shooting over 43, 44% second half. Despite all the back issues that he had and the defensive struggles, he still shot, I believe, 41% in the first half. I wonder where he's at right now. I should probably look that up.
Yeah, so Sam Hauser was at 36.5% over his first 35 games. Over the last 32, this is before tonight, he was at 46.2%. So basically a 10% jump in his three-point percentage over the last 30 games.
10%?
Huge difference.
Imagine a 10% raise.
No, I can't.
I'm just saying, that's huge. That's a huge percentage.
Massive. That is a big jump.
Right at the right time, right? Listen, I'm going to keep saying this. The Celtics need to stick to the rotation. I know it's the playoffs. I understand. Late in games, I want there to be 6, 7 guys. That's it. It's the starting 5, Horford and who else? Maybe Pritchard in an offensive situation. I don't even know who would be the 7th defender. It's not Hauser.
It's
right?
all Shireman out there, Joe.
No, but I don't want to take credit for this. I can't do that. I can't take credit for Shireman's success, but I thought he could be a late bloomer, and he was. That guy gives me a tickle.
He does something for you. He piques your interest.
You know what it was? I watched him in the Big East. I don't want to overrate him, again, because some people think we overrate people. He was a standout college player, right?
Are we too negative, Joe, or do we hype him up too much? I can never remember.
Well, I mean, am I patting myself on the back telling you that you should have bet Peyton Pritchard to be Sixth Man of the Year plus 4,000 and 6,000?
I saw the Celtics doing a little campaigning. I don't think it was necessary, but you got to look out for your guys. I thought that was nice.
Well, I felt like maybe he came across like Taylor Snow or one of those guys and said, "Hey, am I still the favorite there?"
Big time favorite.
And they were like, "You know what? Why don't we push that out for you?" Shireman though. Hypothetical here, Skaz. Hypothetical. Orlando, Atlanta. Was it 2 years? Yeah, it was 2 years ago. Because remember, you and Jeremy Conley were back there, and I used to have the Hauser party for one. I was the Hauser party. Did well against Atlanta in that first round. You didn't see him much later on. But early on in the playoffs, if they want to give some time to Jaylen Brown late in games or want to protect Porzingis or give Al some time, I think they got some guys they like. I think they got some guys. But going forward here, the rest of the way, for me, be healthy tomorrow or Sunday, wrap this thing up, and it's Orlando and it's Atlanta. Who you want? Who you got? Orlando, Atlanta. Who do you want to see? Who don't you want to see? We'll leave it off there. 617-779-0985. Per Skaz, per Joe Mazzulla, nothing to see here when it comes to Kristaps Porzingis not being with the team tonight. I'm pretty sure I saw some of the kids on the bench tonight. No, when I say the kids, I think I saw Al Horford's kids and the players' kids on the bench tonight.
I think Joe Mazzulla said someone from Torrey Craig's fan, might have been his son, gave the pregame speech to the group or something tonight.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm in on that.
No, you know what though? If you're gonna have fun and be successful, and you're enjoying these last few games, right?
I mean, did you see Tatum and Derek White tonight? What was
that
going
was cool.
on there?
They reversed the shoes,
accessories,
the accessories.
the armbands.
I like
this double celly.
Can we keep that going?
Well, it's almost Charlie's Angels-esque, but I'm in on it.
Can we
the double point?
I mean, it's better than what John Morant's doing, right?
I don't know. Grandy seemed to be a big fan of what John Morant's celebration.
He likes that?
Yeah, it was in jest. He was taking shots at Memphis's defense. Saying it also.
They have a grenade of a defense?
Basically, yes. Yes. John Morant. Maybe we'll save that for another time.
What an idiot.
I think Max's word was stupid, was the word Max used.
I don't know if this guy, he wouldn't fit in here. Is he a fantastic player? He is. He's a good player. I don't think there's people who can get to him.
Yeah, I'm not sure he plays a winning brand of basketball.
But isn't that what when you think of the Celtics, right?
They play team basketball.
Everybody that's here, they all like each other.
Yeah, they have a great group.
Their families are on the bench. Remember all the narratives about Tatum and Brown and are they friends? And come to find out, Jaylen Brown's watching Deuce, right? And it's Jaylen Brown's, they're watching each other's brothers and hanging out with each other. So it's they don't like each other. And it's okay, his kids are with him. What are you talking about?
I'm glad those days are behind us, Joe. Those were tough times when we were angling for. I was never in that camp. Well, but yeah, that was tough.
Well, speaking of angling, what can you do here tonight? As far as history goes, The Celtics recorded their 15th, 60th win season. The Lakers have 11. Spurs have 7. Are those the 3 best teams in NBA history? Who would you put after Celtics Lakers?
That's a good question, Joe. I mean, the Spurs had that run, but they were just irrelevant before that run, weren't they? Or did they even exist, basically?
George Gervin, the Iceman, with the finger roll. Did you see some of the Tommy Award stuff tonight that they were doing? So Derek White won the Tommy Award again tonight. I think he won the record. But they did this campaign for Luke Cornett to be the season-long Tommy Award winner over Derek White. And I thought it was kind of funny. Derek White tonight. Hey, you know what? Who are you concerned about right now?
Jaylen Brown.
Take Jaylen out of it.
Peyton Pritchard a little bit. I'm worried he's going to get picked on.
How'd he do tonight?
And just quickly, Joe, I would say the Bulls are probably that. Bulls or Warriors, I might have above the Spurs.
Oh,
the
yeah.
team.
The Bulls won 6.
Yeah.
Warriors. Were they better?
They had some runs early.
Okay. Jordan, Steph, Duncan.
You asking me to rank them?
That's the order, right?
Oh, yeah, probably. I mean, crazy to say that Steph has overtaken Duncan, but I don't know if I could argue that one.
Who's had better teams?
Ooh.
Duncan had a great team.
He had a great team, but Kevin Durant joining that Warriors team was better than. But if you want to say just the Clay and Draymond one, I would give it to the Spurs.
They might have had 4 Hall of Famers. The Bulls had 3.
Steve Kerr will get in, just not as a player.
No, unless you want to put Robert Parrish on that list. God, Trevor Story stinks. I'm live watching the Red Sox right now, which is not a good thing. Just don't pay attention. I'll get you caught up coming up. Celtics number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. All right, guys, Magic Hawks. Who you got?
I think it's going to be Orlando, and I think I'd prefer to see Orlando just because I don't want to deal with Dyson Daniels. Orlando's an inefficient team. Paulo's a great player. He's wildly inefficient. They don't shoot threes well at all. The worst three-point shooting team in the league. I just don't think they can keep up with the Celtics offensively. Even if the Celtics slump a game or two, I don't know if they can score with them at all.
So, how does the play-in work again? Is it best of 3? I actually don't remember.
If you're the higher seed and you win, I hate doing this, but I think if the 7 seed wins, they're the 7.
They're the 7.
If they lose, then they play the 9-10 game or the yes.
Yes. And then whoever wins, that's the 8th seed.
So, something like that.
Okay. So
I'm glad we don't have to do that anymore, though. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's avoid the play-in game.
So if the Hawks win, they're the 7th seed.
I don't think so.
No, they have to play again on Sunday.
I think, yes.
So if Orlando wins, they're in.
Yes.
If the Hawks win 2, they're the 7th seed.
I'll pull it off.
Oh, jeez. I can hear Ryan Garvin laughing in the other studio about this. I was listening to you, Grandy. If you're listening on the way home, you made. I was kind of sold that Orlando was going to win.
Okay, Joe. So game 1, the 7 seed hosts the 8 seed in each conference. The winner earns the 7 seed and plays the first seed in the first round of the playoffs. The loser gets another chance. The 9 seed hosts the 10 seed in each conference. The winner gets a chance to play in the third game. The loser is out of playoff contention and enters the lottery. The loser of game 1 between the 7th and basically the winner gets the A seed and plays the 3rd seed in the first round.
Wait, so the loser of the 9-10 goes in the lottery?
Yes, I believe, according to this.
That's not bad.
No. Yeah, so winner of game 1 earns the 7 seed. Winner of game 3 earns the A seed.
Oh, you know what I'm loving right now? Forget about Celtics, Orlando, or Atlanta. Give me Detroit versus New York, baby. Give it to me. Those choking dogs are going to lose to Detroit. They're going to lose. And Thibodeau's going to get fired, and Mike Malone's going to take over.
You're speaking this one into existence, Joe.
I manifested this
You are. You're trying. Manifest destiny here. You're trying.
So, okay, let's just play the game. Let's say Miami beats Chicago. Orlando beats Atlanta. That means that Miami would have to beat Orlando to be the 8th seed. I mean, yeah. So it would be Cleveland versus Miami in the first round. Celtics versus Orlando. New York versus Detroit. You know, this sets up well being the 2 seed, I feel.
Well, did you see how many teams are trying to avoid the Celtics? Did you see any of that going on around the league tonight? Yeah, so teams are actively trying to avoid being the 3 seed in the East. The Pacers and Knicks basically sat everybody trying to avoid becoming the 3 seed in the East. They don't want to see the Celtics in the second round.
So right now it would be, would it be the winner of the New York Pistons? Yeah, because the Pacers-Bucks would play the Cavs. Can either of those teams beat the Cavs?
I think the Pacers could beat the Cavs. I think the Bucks could too. Giannis is playing. Everyone's hyping up SGA and Jokic, and rightfully so. But over the last month, 2 months, Giannis he's been carrying the Milwaukee Bucks. He's been unbelievable. So
yeah, he has. I'll give him credit.
Yeah, he might pass Tatum in the MVP voting. Well, I bet he does.
What did he say about Jaylen Brown again? What happened there?
The fake handshake and the. I don't remember.
Something went there. Again, last night I manifested Orlando, Detroit, New York, Indiana. So that would mean the Pacers would beat the Cavs in my scenario. Is the path harder or easier this year?
Joe, the path is much harder this year in the East and out West. This is why I think Porzingis and Jalen's health are much more important than they were last year. You're not only going to play, I don't know, what did they play? 19 playoff games last year? They lost 3 games? Yeah, 19 playoff games. So you're playing 20, 25 games, maybe more for this playoff run. I just have to imagine you're not going to cakewalk as much as you did last year. So having Porzingis and Jalen, they only had Porzingis available for 7, I think, of the playoff games last year. You're going to need him for more than that. And you're going to need a healthy Jaylen Brown. So very happy to see Jalen shut down tonight. Wasn't surprised by that in the least. And I don't think you're going to see anybody on Sunday. I think it's going to be a lot of Shireman, some J.D. Davison. Drew Peterson's going to be back, I think. So, yeah, that Charlotte team is not good.
Okay, 617-779-0985. Celtics tied a season-high 35 assists. Do we have to break here? Or are we going straight?
It's up to you, Joe.
I have a take I would like to... Last year I said that Kristaps Porzingis will mean more to the Celtics than Damian Lillard for the Bucks. And I believe that. I believe that's still true, and that's been true. There's a lot of people out there who think that the Celtics can win a championship without the importance of Kristaps Porzingis. And right now, I don't agree with that. I may have agreed with it at one point. But as of tonight, what's tonight? April 11th. I think that Kristaps Porzingis is the second best player on the Celtics right now. I think he's been far and away better than Jaylen Brown. And when I tell you far and away, I think there's a huge gap right now between the way Porzingis is playing and the way that Jaylen Brown's playing. Now, Joe, but one's a big and one's a guard. No, I don't care. If I had to tell you, the real 1-2 punch is Porzingis and Tatum. It is. This isn't a slight against Jalen. It's just that Jaylen Brown, if he plays like Jaylen Brown last year, nobody will beat them. They'll beat everybody. They'll blow them out. It'll be a yawn fest. There'll be all sorts of, the path and this and that. They'll look for something to complain about. So will I sit here today and tell you the Celtics need a healthy Jaylen Brown for a title run? I won't. Because of Kristaps Porzingis. I know the guard play is going to be really important. But against Orlando, sorry. Give me Porzingis all day. If they play the Pistons, that's where you're going to need to see a little bit better performance from Jaylen Brown. But to me, it still can be Porzingis. I've seen the articles out there of people saying they need Jaylen Brown or they're not going to win. I disagree. What I saw the other night, Jaylen Brown versus New York, nope. Shot 25% from the field. No three-pointers. He had turnovers. He now is going to sit for the playoffs. Maybe that's the warning sign. Maybe he tried to hit that 65-game mark. But the Celtics ruled him out for the final couple of games here now. Maybe it's what's beneficial to the team. Hey, we talked about this the other night. Wasn't it Porzingis who somewhat, I don't want to say called out, but made it clear that being healthy is important. Him, of all people.
He would know, right?
He would know. The Celtics have the deepest bench in the league. They have the deepest bench in the league. And in some of the games this year, I think Brown has struggled. And I will say this. There has been this, when Jaylen Brown doesn't play well, the team sometimes doesn't play well. That's happened.
Yeah, they need Jaylen Brown.
That's happened.
They need him.
I know they need him. I'm just trying to tell you, I don't think they need him to be. If Porzingis can play at the level he's doing.
You're saying they don't need him to be finals MVP Jaylen Brown.
No.
But they still need him.
They need him.
Yeah, absolutely.
They need him. I just hope Mazzulla looks at it like that. He's not giving it to us tonight. Maybe Pritchard's the way to go. Maybe you go Cornette with a double. I don't know. Maybe you go double big. Hey, the double big has worked down the stretch. I will say that. And I've told you this before. Cornette and Tatum, I know people don't want to hear Cornette playoffs, but really good pick and roll player. That means that Tatum would be the guy. I don't know the extent of his injury. I don't know. I know Jaylen Brown's tough. I know the team can work around it, whatever they have to do. I just can't sit here and tell you that they need Jaylen Brown to be what he was last year to win a championship this year.
I don't think they need him to be at that level, but they certainly need him to be 80% around there. I don't think you're winning a title without this roster fully healthy. If Porzingis goes down, if Jaylen goes down, I don't think you're repeating.
Oh, I'm going to double down on this one. I think if Porzingis plays like Porzingis and you get 80% of Brown, they're going to win this thing easily. If you get 100% of Porzingis and 100% of Jaylen Brown and 100% of Tatum, we're going to be yawning. Scaz, we're going to be, what do you think it's going to be in 4 or 5? What do you think? Do I think they could beat an Oklahoma City without Brown? I don't know. When I say without Brown, I'm talking 80% or less. I'll say 75% or less. I don't think they can. Anyways, I think Kristaps Porzingis right now is playing like one of the best players in the league. I do. I really believe that. The guy can shoot from anywhere. He's having fun on the basketball court. He is great around the rim. He plays defense. Is he a great tough guy? No. But does he stick his nose in it? Does he have a scar on his face to prove it? All that. To me, right now, the way that Porzingis has played, and I could pull up some numbers if I have to. I saved them somewhere. You could make an argument he's been a top 5 player in the league second half. Not Kobe White or any of those guys. Oh, could Kobe White get the Bulls into the playoffs?
You never know. Him and Josh Giddey.
You know?
Should have been co-players of the month, Joe.
Yeah. Maybe they could give Cleveland a scare. Hey, what's going on with Donovan Mitchell? He get hurt the other night or something?
I think he was all right. It was a scare,
He's
though.
all right?
It was a scare.
So you mean to tell me, Skaz, that the rest of the Eastern Conference is scared of the Celtics?
It certainly seemed that way by the way they were setting their lineups tonight.
Maneuvering?
A little maneuvering, a little load, well-timed load management.
All right. Well, we'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. Right now, Cleveland, Boston, New York, Indiana, Milwaukee, Detroit, Orlando, Atlanta. Potentially, it could be Chicago or Miami. You think Miami makes the playoffs?
They need a lot to happen. I heard Missoula in a Grandy pregame. Sean was going over all the scenarios, and Joe was kind of just letting him go. And he thought Miami was eliminated because they need. I think they need multiple teams to lose their last 2 games. So I would imagine Miami is not in the plan, but you never know with them.
Just getting back to the Knicks versus Detroit. Seen some of these numbers for Cade Cunningham versus New York. He averaged almost 31 points per game, 8.3 assists, and 5 rebounds in 4 games versus them this year. He hit 49 of 87 shots. That's 56%. He went 13 of 25 from 3. He had 33 assists, 10 turnovers in 134 minutes. I would say that's good.
You really want this Detroit-New York thing to happen.
Well, Skaz. Mikal Bridges was like the Jason Tatum defender.
I mean, Joe, they don't have Mitchell Robinson. You keep forgetting they don't have Mitchell Robinson.
Forgot about him.
When he comes back, Joe, he changes everything for the Knicks.
Where is that guy? He was chirping me the other day. Mitchell Robinson. Well, if you want to get in on the Celtics, you certainly can at 617-779-0985. Yeah, you got anything else?
You did ask me a couple minutes ago if I was worried about anything with the Celtics, and I will say, Joe, no, I'm not worried about anyone on the Celtics, but just taking a look over at the TV over my right shoulder here, I might be a little bit worried about our friend Tyler Milliken.
I texted him a little.
Might be a little worried about him.
I texted him a little while ago.
Not a good night in Chicago.
He wrote me back. He said it was one of the worst nights of his life.
He's a lucky man if that's the case, but yes, I feel bad for Milliken.
We'll touch on the Red Sox coming up on the other side. Real quick, Celtics will play the winner of Magic Hawks. Play-in tournament begins on Tuesday. So the first round of the playoffs start next weekend. So let's just forecast this thing here. April 19th and Sunday, April 20th, I will be in Vegas. So when would game 1, game 2? How
Saturday would be the Celtics' first game, I believe.
Saturday night of the night of WrestleMania would be game 1 of the playoffs.
They might get the 3 o'clock. They might get the earlier. Sometimes those matchups. You want your 4-5 at the night game, maybe. That Knicks Pistons at night, Joe.
Oh, I'll be at WrestleMania, but you know what? Remember they had Tyrese Halliburton versus Jalen Brunson in the ring.
Who could forget? Who could forget that electric moment?
Both had chairs in their hands. By the way, Tom Thibodeau said things need to be fixed after their loss last night.
Does he make it to the playoffs, Joe? Does he make it? If you were running the team, he would have been fired a week ago.
When they asked him what specifically, he goes, everything, both sides of the ball. Whew, that's not a way you want to start. You don't want to do that. You know what? Remember, there was a year that the Celtics backed into the playoffs once. It was like when Rondo was the best player on the team and Garnett was hurt, but they lost to Melo and the Knicks, if you remember that. It's never good to back into the play. Never.
Never.
Like,
That's
Not
the
good.
opposite of always, always.
They're going down. I'm betting. What's the numbers? Give Detroit basketball.
I think we'll get like Tim Robinson courtside, maybe.
Ooh.
He's a big Detroit guy.
Sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
All right, let's hit the headline. We'll tell you the score of the Red Sox game, which just ended. Not good. Not good. We'll do it next here on the Sports Hub.
You sure about that?
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Celtics now have 60 wins on the year. They beat the Hornets tonight, and, well, they'll have to do it one more time. And then they could make it 61, so that'd be cool. 60. let's do the food talk in a little bit. I think we should talk about the Red Sox. Wasn't good tonight, everybody. All I heard, 7 of the next 10 games are versus the White Sox. 7 of the next 10 games. The worst team in Major League Baseball, who now have 3 wins on the year after their 11-1 win. What an embarrassment tonight this was. I thought the defense was going to be better. What happened to the defense? Well, let's pull it up. Let's all look together. I'm sure some of you watched it. I had it on, but I wasn't really paying attention. I was watching the Celtics kick ass. So they lose 11-1 tonight. Sean Newcomb's now 0-2. I don't know what they're going to do there. Are they going to maybe look at Brian Bayo to take that? He had 4 innings, 6 hit, 2 earned because of, course, the errors. Actually, 6 strikeouts, 94 pitches. It's not bad performance. I don't blame him for that. Don't blame him for that. But so let's look at the old errors. Oh, Tristan Casas had an error tonight. Josh Winkowski. Ceddanne Rafaela. Oh, the catcher. Woof. 2 catchers interference, dude? The hell happened to you? That's 5. 5 errors, everybody. 5. 5. What do you do with that? Also, Davis Martin tonight. You let Davis Martin do that to you? 6 innings, 6 hit, 1 earned, 6 strikeouts. What is happening with the offense right now? Let's see. They had 7 hits on the night, the Red Sox. Christian Campbell had 2. Wilyer Abreu had 2. Casas late hit. Story had 1, and Bregman had 1. Devers walked twice. He did strike out. And this Sabal kid, I know he had an RBI, but woof. Woof. So, just looking at the Red Sox, it's not good. They have a lot of errors. They have a lot of strikeouts. They have a lot of games where they strike out 10 times. They have a lot. A lot. Who do you blame? Let's blame someone for this. The Red Sox are 4-4 at home. The cold weather, remember? They're batting .229 at home, batting .279 on the road. So was it the cold weather tonight? I don't know. Cora's talking now. Maybe we can get it in a bit. What is he going to say? Oh, this is cold. We still just can't swing. It's the cold. I don't know, man. It's the cold. Is it the cold? Or is it your philosophy? Is it the strikeouts? It's the lack of offense. 2 runs or fewer in 4 of the last 5 games. 5 errors. 5. Woof. That's all I can say. It's not good. Should they go all torpedo bat tomorrow? I know that a lot of the guys are down there. I'm trying to catch some stuff from Chris Cotillo and all those guys. Red Sox lose tonight. Inept 11-1 loss to the worst team in baseball. They got dominated by this Martin kid. He needed 83 pitches through 6 innings. And then there was a sac fly late in the 7th. That's how they scored their run. So they continue to struggle with runners in the scoring position. They went 1 for 9. They left 9 men on base while they had 7 hits. You know, Tristan Casas has had a pretty poor offensive start. He went 1 for 4. I mentioned the late double that he had. He's hitting 176 so far this year. But had a horrible defensive miscue that really turned the game wide open. 1 out, man on first in the 4th. There was a grounder towards Casas. It would have been an inning-ending double play. Instead, he bobbled it. And he never recorded it out at all, extending the inning. Newcomb got a strikeout, and then things unraveled. 3 straight hits, top of the order, double, single, single. So they stretched their lead from 2-0 to 6-0. Tristan Casas. The Red Sox have not been good defensively. 5 errors tonight, although the 2 of them were catcher's interferences. 6 of the Chicago 11 runs tonight were unearned. It was the first time they've lost with 5 or more errors since 2021. So I don't blame Newcomb for tonight. I know his night wasn't great, but he would have been a 2-0, double play there to get out. He was charged with 6 runs. Only 2 of them were earned. Did throw 94 pitches. Struck out 6. Not so bad, right? Local guy. And I mentioned he could lose his rotation in the spot soon because of Brian Bayo. Maybe he'll be ready. So he can't just be optioned to the minors. I don't know what they'll do there, if they'll keep him around or whatnot. But the bottom of the Red Sox lineup needs some fixing. You know, Christian Campbell, 2 for 4 tonight, 2 strikeouts. He had 2 hits from the 7 spot, but Sable 0 for 3, Raffaello 0 for 3. They did nothing. Sable had that double play to end an inning. That killed the rally. He's still waiting for his first hit with the Red Sox. You know what else tonight? He stinks. The White Sox were 4 for 4 on stolen base attempts. What was he, 0 for 15 at AAA?
Yeah, I think the stat I saw was by April 7th, he had allowed 14 stolen bases. April 7th.
Do you think you can run on him?
Yes, absolutely.
Right now, no stretching, no nothing.
Done.
What about cleat? Do you even need cleats?
No, I put me a barefoot, Joe.
Like Willie Mays Hayes from Major League?
Absolutely. Let's steal a bag back in the day, absolutely.
The catching position's a problem for the team.
Yeah, Kyle Teal. No, I know. I know. It was a good trade. You needed Crochet.
He didn't play tonight, right? Teal?
No. Chase Meredith was called up, I believe. Former Sox prospect.
Oh, him. Let me guess. He got a hit.
I would have to check.
I didn't even look yet. Yeah, he's a big prospect, right? Meredith? He was part of the Crochet deal as well. Oh! He reached base in all 4 of his plate appearances tonight. 3 walks and a single.
3 walks in your debut. That's Xander Bogaerts-esque right there. That's impressive.
Do you know he led the minors in walks last year for the Woo Sox?
It's a good eye, Joe.
That's like the Greek god of walks. What would we call him? The chase method?
Chase Medrith? Medrith? The Medrith method?
You know what tonight was? You thought you could just show up and win. I think that's what tonight was. Tristan Casas is having a tough time. What do you attribute it to? Pressure on himself? Maybe there's no backup. Like I mentioned this to you the other night. I thought Romy Gonzalez. I think he plays an off.
He was bad,
Listen,
Joe. He was bad at first.
I never played college baseball, but I learned how to play first base. Okay? When the ball is hit to third, you step on the far inside corner. When it goes to short or near the bag, you go to the inside upper corner. If it's to the behind the bag, you put your foot behind there. It's easy. I learned it in Little League. Oh, I didn't mean to react like that. I learned that at Parkway, Little League.
How long of a leash do you give Tristan Casas? They
have nobody else. There's nobody else. There's no one else. He has A really long leash. Who are you gonna put there for real? Like me, I just want a left-handed glove guy that can play the bag. Like there were plenty of guys the Red Sox had. Like I'm dating myself here, but like Rico Bronya was just a guy that could catch a left-handed ball and he was great. Who's the kid? Carlos Pena, remember him from Haverhill, Mass? I just want a lefty who can play. I think all first basemen should be lefty. Now, I was not a lefty. I batted lefty, but I just think that having that type of, easy throw to second base and it's an advantage to have a left-handed first baseman. You know who I love that people didn't? Adrian Gonzalez.
Did you give Anthony Rizzo a call? He's a free agent.
Is anything going on? Any rehab?
I don't know. There was a rumor he was going to sign with the Marlins. I don't believe that's happened yet. Let's see. 2 days ago, Anthony Rizzo projected to join NL team amid free agency. There's another one saying he could join an AL Central team. I mean, that's a guy that's out there. JD Martinez is out there. I don't think you're putting him at first base.
No. Man, can Rizzo, can he play that role? See, the only thing I don't like about him is that he would really only be able to play DH or first. And I guess that you already have that with Casas, right? So
he had 228 last year in 92 games, Rizzo. Not great.
They just need like a guy like John Olerud who could just stand there, Just field a couple of Oh, God. That Romy Gonzalez guy, though, he's got a great mustache, but he cannot play the bag. I watched it the other night. People wanted to blame Christian Campbell. I'm sitting here in studio, right? Remember I was showing you what the base looks like and how his heel was here and not here? That guy can't play first. He can't. I know they want him to. He can't do it. Anthony Rizzo, huh? I mean, they just brought in Yasmani Grandal. I thought that guy I haven't heard that name in years. Is there a paging any left-hander that can play first base? They need it. I'm trying to think of some other lefties that the Red Sox had at first. Yeah, Adrian Gonzalez was really good over there. I know nobody liked him. He held a mean first base. John Olerud's another guy that pops in my head as a left-handed first baseman for the Red Sox, huh? Oh, is this like a stiff list? I bet you there's a bunch of them. Left-handed first baseman, Red Sox history. Here we go now. As we do that, let's go to the phones. Sorry, let me connect it. Let's talk to Mike. He's in Nashville. Hey, Mike.
Joe, I will trade Casas and/or Rafaela for one of the Contreras' brother, and I'll even add a chicken tender dinner from the '99.
Is it the steak and is it the steak tip and chicken dinner, or just the chicken dinner?
Whatever it takes. I'll even add a biscuit.
They make biscuits at 99?
The best biscuits. They got a little honey glaze on it, and they give you some popcorn to begin with. And if you want to splurge, you can do the crackers and cheese for about $2.79.
I was about to say, I'm a popcorn guy at 99, but the crackers and cheese is something different, though.
Yeah, no, you can just honestly get a drink and eat for about $12.
Yeah.
Granted, you drink a little before.
Are you a left-handed glove or a right-handed glove?
What about Dominic Smith? They had him last year. Everything went well, and he was left-handed.
Smith. I've heard this name a couple of times already this week.
Yeah.
Dom?
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe.
Hey.
Question for you.
Yeah.
You ever going to be in Nashua again soon?
I hope so. I used to go up to the Gate City Casino.
Yep.
But they haven't invited me, and I'm waiting for the invite to the Nash.
Yeah. It's been a little too busy, but I've called before, and we got some beef places up here. Family roast beef and pizza. Zoe's beef, pretty good. That's downtown Nashua.
Beef's not going to get me to Nashua.
No, of course not, but the casino will.
I used to do radio up there.
For ESPN?
Yeah.
Nice. Was it the Monahans at the time?
It was at the bank where where the bank is on Main Street near the hospital.
Citizens?
No, I think it's guess. It was on that street. I'd go to Headlines Weed Shop over there, or the Bowl Shop.
Oh, they closed that, unfortunately.
Oh. Yeah,
did you know that?
That's probably why, right?
Yeah, that place is not good.
Nah. All right, man. Well, can you play left? Can you play first base?
I'd probably make more errors, but I'd still probably be better.
Okay. Thanks, buddy. Dom Smith. What's my man Dom doing these days? He's 30. Nah, he wasn't good last year for Cincinnati after the Red Sox. I don't know, man. They need a lefty. It's funny, when I Google left-handed first baseman for the Red Sox, nothing pops up, and I don't like that. Left-handed glove first baseman, maybe. Glove first baseman? They keep telling me George Scott. George Scott, listen, I understand from 1966 to 1971 and from 77 to 79, he won 8 Gold Gloves. I understand that. I want somebody today that can play left-handed first base. Who's the DH right now? Oh, it's Devers. Never mind. Hey, by the way, how's that working out for you? Is he not going to play third? What's going on there? What is going on there? All right, I have all the... Dom Smith, Tristan Cassis, Bobby Dahlbach. Mitch Moreland. Oh, Mitch Moreland was good, right? Mitchie Two Bags, what's he doing these days? Adrian Gonzalez, Kevin Millar, Brian Dahlbach, Mike Stanton, Mo Vaughn. Man, they have not had a left-handed first base. Oh, Bill Buckner. Bill Buckner. Yaz. No, he wasn't.
Mitch Moreland retired in 2021. I think I'd still take him. I think I'd give him a flyer.
I tell you, he's probably got a solid glove, man. Wow.
Yeah, they stuck Justin Turner over there for a couple games. What's he up to?
Yeah. Brady's in Lowell. Hey, Brady.
Hey, what's up?
Yo.
Hey, I think you already said his name. I was going to call in for a lefty first baseman. Just a guy, he's not great, but I like Brian Dahlbach, and I was
he wasn't
pretty sure he was a lefty.
No, he was.
He wasn't a lefty.
Lefty bat, not a lefty glove, though.
No, I went with the lefty bat. All right, my bad.
No, well, because I can go. They've had a lot of left-handed first basemen. If you go in that way.
Yeah, right. I thought he was a lefty also.
No, we need a guy that can be a lefty glove.
Yeah, I don't think we got that.
Yeah, no, they don't. That's what we're trying to do here, Brady. We need to manifest. Yeah. We need to manifest somebody that has a left-handed glove that can play first base.
All right, man. I tried.
No, you did. Hey, you know what? You did well. Where are you going tonight?
I'm on my way home, man. My daughter had a varsity softball game.
How'd they do?
I went and played a cornhole tournament. They won 6-1.
Oh, did the weather affect you? The cold weather, it didn't affect them?
No, they played.
Yeah, how about the cornhole in the cold?
It was indoor.
Indoor cornhole? Is this like a league?
There's tournaments all around everywhere, man, and it's all indoor right now.
You know how people can shoot well on a golf course or like a bowling? What's your hand? What's your score? Like, how well do you do?
I'm not great, but I had fun.
Was there drinking involved?
Yeah, a couple.
There you go. All right, Brady.
Not too many, you know.
I know. Thanks, Brady. Cornhole, huh? Cornhole. I am the great cornhole.
I should have seen that coming. I should have seen it coming.
I am the great cornholio. I need TP. We got to go to break. I'm Joe Murray here on the Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub. This is your home for every Patriots game.
Look into the end zone, trying to keep the play alive. Falling down, he goes to the end zone. It's got it! Touchdown!
WBZFM and HD Boston. 98.5, the Sports Hub. A Beasley Media Group station. Essential Sports Hub headline. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Celtics big winners tonight, 130-96. It was a lot. They have one more to go. 60 wins on the season. Red Sox lost 11-1 to the White Sox. Yes. 5 errors. Not good. And not the Monsters. Justin Rose still has a 1-stroke lead, the leader after 2 days. How does the leader after 2 days go after? We'll find out from Skaz coming up in a little bit. Headlines, they are brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. I'm Joe Murray.
Boston plays here.
Coming through the slot. Close shot. Save. Rebound. Score.
98.5, the Sports Hub.
Did you know the Celtics outscored the Hornets tonight 76-41 in the second half with all their starters on the bench?
Not a good basketball team, the Charlotte Hornets. Charles Lee certainly has his hands full.
Who's the next coach at Denver?
Apparently they like that Adelman guy. That's why part of the reason why they fired Malone is they didn't want him going into, an offseason where he was one of the top free agents. Most sought after guys, I guess. I don't know much about him.
So, have they changed the seeding after tonight's games? Is it still New York versus Detroit, or is it Indy versus Bucks? I know you mentioned there were some odds already out there.
Let's take a look. So
Pacers Bucks. There you go. Yeah.
Pacers Bucks would be the first round. I think that's locked in because I did see John Ewing tweet odds already. It would be Pacers Bucks series odds already available. Some places Pacers minus 160, Bucks plus 135. It's a good first round matchup right there from a neutral point of view. That's a series I'll definitely be tuned into.
No Lillard, right? He's out indefinitely still, or
I believe that's correct.
They're done.
I just don't know if Giannis has the shooters around him to keep up with that Pacers team. They're going to want to run. Also, Indiana has the significant coaching advantage in that series, I would say.
Hypothetical, but have the Bucks been better of late? Or is it just Giannis?
No, the Bucks, they've been 7-3 over their last 10, but they're a team that really struggles on the road. They have a 500 road record. The Pacers are actually under 500 on the road this season, which is kind of surprising for a team that good. The Bucks are 26-14 at home, 20-20 on the road.
Do you know who's been good for them is Kevin Porter. And they put Kuzma's been okay. But
No.
You don't think he's been okay?
He's bad, Joe.
Kyle
Kuzma is like he looks good on paper, but if you watch him play, he's a guy where he does not play team basketball. I'm not even sure he's playing basketball some of the time. He's just not an efficient player, Kyle Kuzma.
Big 3 tonight versus Detroit. Went 3 for 5 from downtown.
Remember when the Lakers thought he was better than Jason Tatum?
Doesn't everybody think everybody's better than Jason Tatum?
They used to. I think we're finally getting on the other side of that. But yeah, there was a time where Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, Julius Randle were all on the Lakers, and they were all better than Jason Tatum, according to some. Yes, it seems like a long time ago now.
Cleveland, Boston, New York, Indy, Milwaukee, Detroit, Orlando, Atlanta, Chicago, Miami. Celtics are going to get the Pistons in the second round. I think Indy wins. I think they beat Cleveland. I think it's Celtics Pacers finals again. A little closer this time. A little closer. Western Conference? Do you have any Lakers odds for me at all? I can pull them up if you don't have them. But
I don't have them in front of me, but give me 1 second.
So my only thing is Oklahoma City has been the best team. Please don't think I'm like dismissing them. I'm not. But how many teams are that good and just make it to the finals? There's always a struggle. There's always a struggle for a young team. The Celtics had it, right? There's always a team.
So right now, Joe, the Thunder are minus 150 to win the Western Conference.
What are the Lakers?
The Lakers are plus 650.
Warriors?
Plus 700.
Oh, do we have a Western Conference update?
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I'll pull that. I have so what I see here is Thunder, Rockets, Lakers in.
Yep.
Denver, Clippers, Warriors, Memphis, and then it will be Sacramento versus. Ooh, I'd like that. T-Wolves should win though, right?
Yes.
So they'll be locked in. T-Wolves, Rockets first round in on that.
Even Grizzlies, Rockets, like that should be a good series.
Oh wait, it's Wait, I'm sorry, I messed that up. It's Grizzlies, Timberwolves.
Yes, yeah. And then the winner of that would play the Rockets, I believe, and the loser would get the Thunder. Depending on the game after that one, because this is what the NBA is doing to us now.
I hope the Mavs don't win.
No. It would be, yeah. They don't deserve to be in the playoffs.
Memphis and Sacramento they've been bad lately.
Sacramento's just not a very good team. They're below 500.
All right, let's say Sacramento beats Dallas and Minnesota beats Memphis. That means that it would be Rockets, Minnesota, Kings, Thunder. Oh, God. Who would three... So then it would be three versus... Oh, it would be Lakers, Warriors, first round? I can't have that. I need them to meet later on. No, that's what it is right now, right? Lakers, Warriors?
Yep.
Oh, man. No. Can anything change there?
Yeah, the Warriors and the Grizzlies have the same. The Warriors, Grizzlies, and Timberwolves are all 47 and 33 right now, while the Nuggets and Clippers are 48 and 32. So depending on that last game of the year, and Anthony Edwards got a technical tonight, so he will not be playing on Sunday for the Timberwolves.
The best player in the one that everybody loves.
The Aura.
The dog.
The Aura, Joe.
The dog? You mean to tell me Anthony Edwards, in one of the biggest games of the year, can't play because of his attitude? Shocker! Memphis.
Can I give you a quick something on Anthony Edwards, Joe?
Please.
So we talk about clutch a lot, right? The Jason Tatum clutch discussion gets brought up quite a bit, something we've done in depth on this station, and countless NBA has done. So after Jason Tatum's game against the Knicks, this was brought up again. Since shot tracking began in 1997, very convenient for Michael Jordan, I will say, there have been 65 players to take at least 50 shots to tie or take the lead in the last 24 seconds of the fourth quarter or overtime. Jason Tatum, after that game against the Knicks, is now at 37.9%, making him the second most efficient player of all time for the volume. The only guy in front of him, I believe, is Dirk, and I think Duncan was there. Tatum passed Duncan. So it is Dirk, Tatum, Duncan for the top three clutchest players of the last 30 years, according to these statistics. Jason Tatum, 22 for 58, 38%. Pretty good. So the guy that put these stats out, the guy that is, doing all this research, asked if people had any questions. Somebody tweeted at him and said, "Can you tell us Ant's stats in the fourth quarter in OT, taking a shot to tie or take the lead in the final 24 seconds. Joe, would you like to guess Anthony Edwards' shooting percentage, field goal percentage, in the final 24 seconds to tie or take the lead?
10.
Anthony Edwards is 2 for 23, Joe. That is 8.7% in the clutch for Anthony Edwards.
Damn, Joe Math, 8.7%.
I'm just saying. I'm just giving you the numbers. For all the people that anointed Anthony Edwards the next coming, the Aura King, the guy that has that dog in him that Jason Tatum doesn't. Jason Tatum, statistically, the second most clutch player of the last 30 years. Anthony Edwards, 2 of 23, 8.7%. Just the numbers, Joe. I don't need to add any of my own thoughts on that. I'm just giving you the numbers.
Okay. Well, do we even need to rehash history? Should I talk about I'm not going to talk about other shows. Not going to do that tonight. Please, I'm fighting it. I'm fighting it. I'm fighting it really bad right now. Fighting it. Remember, people love Anthony Edwards. They love him. Oh. See, I got some Anthony Edwards rookie cards. Big show tomorrow. For those that don't know, I'll be over in Woburn. One of our partners, Scoreboard Sports Bar and Grill, right at the Crown Plaza there. I'll be there all day tomorrow. Come by and say hello. I'll have Anthony Edwards cards after we just crapped all over him. I'll have a lot of Jason Tatum cards, too. You know whose cards might be worth some value someday? Nikola Jokic. He will finish the season as the first center in history to average a triple-double. Think about that, Skaz. Kareem, Wilt, Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaquille O'Neal. Nope. Nikola Jokic. Tonight, 25, 16, and 12. En route to a win tonight. 160. Right now, they're beating Memphis. So, Denver's beating Memphis. The Warriors are all over the Trailblazers at halftime. So what does that mean? The Clippers are winning too. The Lakers are winning too. I don't know. Just wake me up on Sunday and we'll figure this out. We got a full show Monday, right?
Full show Monday night, Joe.
Okay. Can we do player A versus player B next?
Oh, I'd love to, Joe.
It's baseball related.
Baseball.
I also have, I want to get a Masters update from you, Skaz.
I got you.
And I want you to come up with the 3 worst decisions in Bill Belichick's history. We'll do that next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
98.5. I wonder if people are getting after it tonight. I just got a text from Hooch. He's out and about. What's up, Hooch? He just got back from Vegas. The Be a Man guy has checked in. He's driving around listening. Can only imagine what kind of punchline he could have for tonight. All right, Skaz, you ready? Player A, player B. This is one of my favorites. The Joe Murray research team has helped out on this one. Oh, this one's good. Ooh. This is like a coal fire starter, not an air fryer. This is one when you get the nice coals all heated up, you know? It's a good one. It's baseball related, okay? First baseman, baseball related.
All right, Joe, I am unaware of which player is player A or player B, so I'm excited for this one.
Okay. Player A, for his career, 895 plate appearances, 43 home runs, 78 extra base hits, 112 RBI, 108 runs, 811 OPS. So I'll write it down again. Here we go. Ready? So 895, 43 home runs, 112 RBI. Okay. 78 extra base hits, 108 runs. Okay. That's player A. Okay. So that's player A. Let's now go to player B. Player B, 898 at-bats, 45 home runs, 85 extra base hits, 133 RBI, 103 runs, 754 OPS. Skaz, do you know who player A is and who player B is?
I have a feeling, Joe, that I know who these two... I don't know which gentleman is which, Joe, but if I had to guess, I'm going to guess one of these players is Tristan Casas, and the other one is our good friend Bobby Dahlbeck.
Correct. So, I'll give you player A one more time. Can you identify player A? 895 plate appearances. He has 43 home runs, 112 RBI, 108 runs, 78 extra base hits. Do you know who that is?
I'm going to guess that's Bobby Dahlbeck.
It's Tristan Casas. Player B is Bobby Dahlbeck. 898. 45 home runs. 133 RBI. 108 runs. Sorry, 103 runs. I apologize. So, overall, basically 898 at-bats. Bobby Dahlbeck has 2 more home runs, 7 more extra base hits, and 21 more RBI than Tristan Casas. Now, his OPS is lower than Casas's. Dahlbeck was a better defender. Would you agree?
I don't think the bar is very high, Joe, but if you're telling me that's the truth, I'll believe it.
And the Joe Murray research team has called this Tristan Dahlbeck. Facts?
That's a tough one.
Just numbers, bro.
Just numbers, bro. Put that on a T-shirt.
No, I don't think we need to do batting average, right? Because I think Casas probably is a better batting average. I would guess that because of all the strikeouts. Now, I'm sure that Dahlbeck has more strikeouts. My point is, we should never, ever, 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 ever be comparing Casas to Dahlbeck. But here we are.
Yeah, I think we would all agree Tristan Cassis is a much better player than Bobby Dahlbeck. But the fact that the numbers are even somewhat similar, and on the average, Cassis career 245, Dahlbeck career 225. So 20 points, it's something, but the RBIs, the home runs, the OPS is a little alarming is strong, but
it's too close.
It's too close, Joe. For what we've been told Tristan Cassis is, what we've been, I don't know, brainwashed to think almost at this point, it feels like Tristan Cassis is. He's not the guy on the field that I've been told he is. I haven't seen it. And then you'll get, well, when he was a rookie, his OPS was 850 or what have you done for me lately?
Well, tonight he tried to have a double play, and he blew the game open. The last time we did a player A, player B, do you know who they were? It was Mac Jones and Zach Wilson.
Oh, yes. How could I forget, Joe?
Everybody was pissed at me. Everyone's like, Joe, that's not fair. You can't do that. It's just facts. I don't make this crap up. Blame them. Don't blame me. If you stink, the numbers show it. If you're good, the numbers show it. Dom Smith, huh?
Big Dom.
Anthony Rizzo, huh? Wow. Where is Dahlbeck? Is he with the White Sox?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't even think he made their roster, which says something. I think he's in AAA for them. He's hanging out with Kyle Teal.
I can't get this out of my head. Does Tristan Casas look like Jimmy Fallon?
I've never had that thought, Joe.
Just Google Jimmy Fallon, and just think of him a little chubbier. I don't want to call it fat Jimmy Fallon. Don't do that. just does Tristan Casas look like Jimmy Fallon? Because I feel like he's got his tight pants on, and he's gonna give me like a funny duet with somebody. You don't see it.
I'll give you. They look somewhat similar, Joe. I wouldn't say it's a striking resemblance, but they look somewhat similar.
I typed in Tristan Casas, Jimmy Fallon. It pops up as a celebrity lookalike. I didn't even do this. Somebody else did. Wow. Did I manifest this as well?
From Tom Thibodeau to Jimmy Fallon, the Joe Murray Show.
Let's see if we can give you another. Justin Turner looks like Brent Hines.
I'm unaware of Brent Hines.
Okay. What about the guy, the bear, the bear?
The bear. Jeremy Allen White?
Yeah.
He's going to be Bruce Springsteen?
Do you know who Andre Palante is from he was the Cardinals?
I do not.
They kind of look alike.
The chat is saying they can kind of see it, Joe.
What about Charlie Hunnam and Jake Fraley?
I'm unaware of who either of those gentlemen are.
Charlie Hunnam was Jax Teller from Sons of Anarchy.
Okay, I do know who that is.
He's a sexy man.
Attractive man for sure.
You know who Hunter Gaddis is? For the Cleveland team?
Hunter Gaddis.
He looks like Willie Robertson. Someone just goes, Jake Taylor, Tom Berenger. Yes, it's the same person. Yes. Yes. Does Tyler Glasnow kind of look like the guy who played Scarecrow in Batman?
That's a very popular one. Cillian Murphy?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a very popular one.
I didn't know we were going here. This was not planned. I'm sorry. It's 11:35, and I can't help but see Jimmy Fallon at first base fat. Will Brennan kind of looks like Val Kilmer.
R.I.P.
Man, the Iceman.
The Iceman.
Remember, I had to ask, did I reap her?
You did not, Joe.
I did not.
You have a doppelganger, Joe, a chef.
Yeah, that guy lost a lot of weight. No, for real. Just real quick before we get off this, Tristan Casas does look like Jimmy Fallon.
I'll co-sign, Joe. I was hesitant, but I'll give it to you.
Harrison Bader looks like Jake Paul. That's all I got. Hey. Steve's in Peabody. What's up, Steve?
What's up, my friend? How you doing tonight?
We mentioned you earlier tonight.
You did? Sorry I didn't get to hear it. I was at the game watching the last 5 minutes, and the main Red Claws looked great on the court there down the stretch, and the fans went home happy.
Yeah, we were saying how if Skaz and I went, we'd get after it tonight and go hang out with you up at the banners or rafters.
Well, you were more than welcome if you were there, but you guys got to do a live broadcast there. You know, they do the hockey there. Why can't they, you guys do it? Do a live broadcast.
Steve, if you know the powers that be, we can make it happen.
Absolutely.
I may be at the. I do some stuff with Card Vault, which you know that we used that studio last year for the playoffs for the Celtics, so maybe we'll be there again.
Okay, well, I did see you guys there a while back, but I don't know why you can't do it inside the building upstairs on level 9.
Hey, listen,
where
I'm in on that. Thank you for the T-shirt the other night.
No problem, buddy. Anytime.
What do you got
I'll
going?
get another one.
What are you getting into this weekend? What do you got going on?
Tomorrow I'm taking a ride up to Hampton Beach, and I want to look at a few pieces of property up there.
Hampton Beach, huh?
Yep.
Does it have to be Hampton Beach, or can it be like any of the other coastal towns?
I like Hampton. As long as it's not Massachusetts.
Oh, so you want New Hampshire?
Yeah.
So would this be like a second home for you, or like you're going to move out of?
Yeah.
Peabody?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've got one down in Florida that I spent some time this past winter at.
Yeah, you had a nice little tan when I saw you.
Yeah. First time I ever took 30 days off in my
You deserve it, bro.
I've worked hard. Pat myself on the back, but
what's your favorite restaurant in Peabody?
It's got to be Champions, hands down.
Hands down, huh?
Yeah. I mean, well, we don't go to too many around here. I mean, I've got to try. What is it, Petrillo's Day? You said?
Oh, that okay. Petrillo's is my favorite, but Polana, man, I'm telling you, that is something over there.
I don't know where that is.
Okay, it's right across from Sylvan Street Grill. So let's say you're coming down.
Okay.
Let's say you're coming down 114, right?
Yeah.
You're about to bang a right, like to go to. It's across from Bagel World.
Okay. Okay.
Just look it up. Pelana. It's a steakhouse. Bring your wallet.
It's all right.
What about that?
You use the plastic. That's all.
On Cross Street.
What's the other one that she's talking about?
There's one on.
I don't know. There's one on. My wife's in the background. One on Cross Street.
Never been to it, but it's
that might be it.
High end.
Very high end.
Is that it?
That's it. It's great.
Okay, that's the one. Yep. All right. Well, we'll have to try it out next week when we got some time off.
All right. Cheers, Steve. Thank you. But we allowed two speakers then, but they weren't speaking into the phone.
Stephen Peabody gets a pass.
Yeah, but they were speaking to each other.
He's a P1, as they would say.
Yeah. He brought me a T-shirt the other night. You know the ones they leave on the chairs?
Oh yeah.
Brought one to me. I said, "What about Skess?"
I've
kidding.
Jay Stu got me one from the finals, I believe.
Then.
Very nice.
I got 2 rings, one for you, one for Andy Wong.
One of the best gifts I've ever been given, Joe.
Andy Wong said the same thing.
It was tough, though. Between that and the Tim Robinson card, if I had to pick, I don't know. That's tough.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I haven't seen a Tim Robinson card since.
We might have to have a show outing. Take Jeremy Conley with us and go see that movie when it comes out.
Yes.
We'll go see that Tim Robinson, Paul Rudd movie.
What's it going to be called?
It's like The Art of Friendship or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's this golf movie that's...
I believe it's a series, but yes, Owen Wilson is starting a comedy, it might be Apple TV golf series. Looks all right. I like Owen Wilson.
You know what movie I didn't like that he was in? Oh, I don't know if I should mention this. Gene Hackman was in it.
Joe, you can't reaper a guy that's already dead.
I know, but there's controversy, you know? I mean, I feel bad about the Gene Hackman situation. Anyways, Enemy of the State. Did you ever see that one?
Great movie.
I liked it.
Great movie. Good movie.
I liked it.
And probably, great. I say that as I probably watched it when I was like 14 and was like, this movie rules.
Who do you like better, Owen or Luke Wilson?
I'd have to say Owen, but Luke Wilson, Legally Blonde, he's great.
Old School?
Old School, he's great.
Anchorman?
Very good.
Gets his arm cut off.
Wedding Crashers, though.
Oh, yeah.
Loki, Owen Wilson is very good in. What's he? I know he did the sad ones. Or was he Marley and Me? You, Me, and Dupree was Owen Wilson, right?
Owen Wilson? Oh, God. Do you think he had a nose job? Never mind.
I would say no.
He's got a schnoz. Like a... Well, maybe you could do this during the commercial break, but just type in Owen Wilson nose.
Wow.
We'll get the final headline of the night. Hey, what's going on at the Masters? We'll find out next down the Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Celtics big winners, number 60 tonight, and they'll wrap up this season against, the Hornets again. The Red Sox lost 11-1 tonight. Tomorrow I'm getting up at 6:45, which it's midnight, right?
Yes.
I'm going to do the show live tomorrow. People can come by and say hello. I'll have you saw the cards I got tonight, Skess.
Joe, if somebody out there is listening and they're on the fence about going to a card show or going to see you in particular at a card show, go. I've seen the inventory. I've also seen the way Joe sets it up.
I have a dolly and everything.
The man is ready. He's prepared. He's got inventory. He's not showing up there with a little bit of inventory.
Is it weird I'm leaving with more boxes than what I came with?
It's almost impressive, Joe.
I couldn't fit the stuff I brought with me, but I'm very organized for tomorrow. That means I don't have to do it in the morning, so thank you. Okay. Justin Rose has a lead.
Yes.
How often do people who have the lead after 2 days win this thing?
So this comes from Justin Ray Golf. If you're a golf fan, he is the Dick Lipe of we mentioned him as the greatest Celtics statistician. Justin Ray is the preeminent golf statistician. He is everything you could possibly be looking for. Since the year 2000, so the last 25 years, players to lead a men's major championship by one shot after 36 holes have won 21% of the time, 6 for 28. Justin Rose has the most rounds ever led at the Masters without winning the tournament. I think it's up to 8 or 9 now. Greg Norman's on that list. There's a couple other big names on that list who never won. But Justin Rose, unbelievable golfer, Hall of Famer. I think he won a gold medal in the Olympics. He's won some majors, obviously not the Masters. The only problem for Justin Rose is Bryson DeChambeau's right behind him. Shane Lowry's hanging around. Rory McIlroy went nuclear today. And Rory takes a lot of grief on and off the golf course for how he handles himself a lot of the times. But for him to put 2 balls OB yesterday on the back 9 and then come back and shoot a 66 today was very, very impressive. I would say the only problem with all of this is that Scottie Scheffler, the best golfer in the world, looked a little lost today. And he's shot 1 under, and he's 3 shots off the lead. So I am still heavily of the belief that this is Scottie Scheffler's golf tournament to lose. His tee time was later today. The earlier wave guys had a little bit of an easier time out there. Scottie's going to go out a half hour before the leaders tomorrow. If you were asking me to pick right now, I would say Scottie versus the field still. But Bryson and Rory right there. I just worry about, it's Rory down the stretch. He's got a little choker in him. He does. It's become part of his game. And with Bryson, when he's on, he's on. But at Augusta, with his swing, if things just start to go a little haywire, he can get himself in a lot of trouble very quickly.
If it was me, I'd go Connors or Lowry.
So Shane Lowry is one I would absolutely. Corey Connors is great. Yeah, everybody loves Corey Connors.
I want like a little bit of a better odds,
Shane Lowry is a legit option. I think that's sharp, as they would say, Joe. Shane Lowry has been playing unbelievable golf this year. He's a very streaky putter at times, but if the flat stick's working, he's a guy that absolutely should be hanging around. And he's a guy that, kind of stole a major from Rory once in his career, winning the Open when it was in Ireland, and all the press was about Rory, and Rory got an 8 on one of the opening holes. So, yeah, Shane Lowry is absolutely a name that I would consider winning this whole thing. But it's going to be a big name. No one is sneaking in this thing. I know Matt McCarthy's long-lost cousin is hanging around at the top of the leaderboard. I don't think he is going to be able to hang with the likes of Bryson and Scottie and Rory and, even Justin Rose and Lowry are very accomplished golfers.
All right, well, we have 3 minutes to go, so why don't we do Bill Belichick's 3 worst decisions? I'll give you mine. Trading Deion Branch in 2006, not playing Malcolm Butler in the Super Bowl, no QB plan after Brady. Those are my 3.
I would have no QB plan after Brady is 1. I would say having Gronk on the field goal unit should absolutely.
Still won the championship, though.
Okay, but
bad decision. Yeah, as far as decisions,
that's a bad decision.
He hasn't really made you look at Shanahan, right? You can look at guys and be like, bing, bang, boom, bam, boom, bam, bam.
Maybe the Eagles on the Eagles game where the onside kicks and all that crap I didn't love. Yeah, that's a good one, Joe. I think not having a succession plan for Brady, though, is far and away number one for me.
The Deion Branch one, I think, cost him a Super Bowl. And I think Malcolm Butler cost him a Super Bowl.
Yes, Malcolm Butler should be up there as well.
Just Johnson Batamosi? Are we kidding me? Jordan Richards? Come by tomorrow. We'll talk to you guys on Monday at 6 a.m. here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.